Okay. Here we are. I'm Dr. Williams, and you want to just introduce yourself and just tell your story.
My name is Grace King. I am 78 years old. Weekend before last, I ended up in the emergency room because of numbness in my feet and in my hands, and it seemed like overnight it just got worse. So I ended up in the emergency room. They did all kinds of tests, MRIs, everything, and they told me I had cervical spinal stenosis. The only thing that would help would be surgery because there was no medicine they could give me to do it. And the first thing he said was, don't let anybody manipulate your spine.
Okay.
Which I felt he must have been reading my mind because I knew then I was going to a chiropractor. I come here today and...
This is your first treatment. Been here about an hour.
First treatment, and I feel better.
And how much percentage improvement did you say your feet feel?
I'd say 50%. My feet felt like they were round on the bottom, and my toes were numb.
And you were sort of dragging your foot a little bit, or?
Yeah. Well, I was dragging, period, because my hands hurt and my feet hurt. Although, well, I won't say hurt because there was no pain, but they were numb.
Numb. And then your hands are better too. They're about how much better?
Because they were hurting all up here.
And those have been bothering you for a couple of years now.
Yeah, still feel a little bit in the fingertips, but they feel better.
And what percentage improvement do you think there?
I would say 50. It's much better.
Good. And then the other thing we mentioned too is that you had knee replacement surgery in '05.
Right.
And then you had some hip pain from that.
I started having hip pain.
Right hip.
And in my right hip, and I felt like my knee was out of line. My hip was out of line after I had the knee surgery, and there were times when I would have to take pain medication for my hip, and I couldn't lay on that side because it was so tender. I could just touch a certain point and feel the pain, and I'm touching it now, and there's no pain.
And you haven't had that since 2005, right?
That was 2005.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
And how much better do you think that pain is after your first treatment today?
I'd say 50.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you for your story. It's very inspiring, and hopefully somebody will see this and find it.
I hope so. I hope they see it before they consider surgery. I really do.
Wish we'd seen you 2 years ago. Better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have a blessed day.
I just happened to see your ad in the paper, and I had been to a chiropractor in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I live, and he did the machine with the ice packs and all that, and it felt so good I didn't want to move. But I went there, and he had to come out and help me out of the car. I was in so much pain. And then we had trouble with me laying on the table. It was just that painful.
And he helped you?
Yeah, after 3 weeks, I was as good as new. So I knew when they told me about this, I knew I was going to a chiropractor.
Well, we're glad you did.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.